What's going on? It's Justeeni here. I got challenged by the best Cymanti player in the world to play a bunch of mirror matches on a variety of map settings. Now, you might be wondering, who's the best Cymanti player in the world? Well, you've seen him on the channel a few times before. It is none other than Davi. So, yeah. And we played some games, and I will tell you what, I lost a lot of games. There were a few games that I won, but that's going to be a different video. This is going to be showing some of the more interesting games that I lost, but I will have all the games I lost linked in the description if you want to see all of them. Some of them were very one-sided, but I'll go over the more interesting ones. So let's get right into things. So first one, this is on a small dry land. This one ended up being a pretty short game, but my spawn is not too bad, all things considered, at least so far. You really can't tell too quickly, but I get the nice early lighthouse, and this is actually a sign of a great spawn for Cymanti. So with a seemingly good spawn, how do things go wrong here? Well, just starting out, things don't really go wrong. I decided to not go recycling pre-cap, by the way, just to leave riding open as an option, because on dry lands that can be a lot more preferable as Cymanti to not get recycling too soon. So getting on all my upgrades, hoping to get an explorer that meets Davi. Then I can afford maybe recycling and riding and roads and, you know, get all that important stuff that you need at Cymanti. So I'm setting up for recycling. I'm not sure if this is the best play. Maybe setting up for roads would actually be better, but I go for recycling here, which is a little bit on the expensive side, but it does give me some much needed upgrades. Still have not met Davi, by the way, but I can probably assume that he is in the north. Now going for riding. There he is. So I back up my shaman just in case there's any nearby hexapods that are boosted. And there is a centipede, so already this is quite rough. There is a hexapod. So I can get some vision with this explorer, and one good thing about having recycling here is I can destroy the fungi, but yeah, this is pretty rough. A lot of centipedes, a lot of space controlled already. I can at least get a pop growth because I did get the lighthouse, so I do at least have I've got as an option, so it's not all bad. It's not great either. I can get my network going. I get the centipede. Now I could decide to trade the hexapods here, which in retrospect is probably a good idea. And by probably a good idea, I mean a very good idea, because I decided against it. I decided I want to keep some more defense, so I don't want to trade units here. Now what I failed to realize is I'm actually forced to trade the hexapod or else I lose the game. Yoink, and my shaman's gone. So yeah, no way I'm coming back from that. Very, very brutal loss. You can't really afford to make mistakes. I mean, Cym Mirrors matchup in general is a very precise one, but against the best Cymanti player, you really have to play accurately. Anyway, though, I've got another one to show, so I'll go ahead and cut to that. Alright, here's another one. This time, it's going to be on small lakes, which I'm a bit more used to, so maybe this will be a bit easier. And I've got a very, very strong spawn with recycling that is just a centipede with the resources on my capital alone. So what goes wrong this time? Well, I meet the opponent early, but that's kind of a good thing here. I can actually leverage that quite well. So I've got a very fancy play, sieging, and then going back onto the village. And then I'm also just developing in the background. On top of that, now, he does get the unsiege, but after I get recycling pre-cap, I'm getting a centipede very, very fast. The one thing about this mirror match, which is kind of interesting, is normally like getting a super unit really quickly means that you're going to take any really close by cities, but not true in the Cymanti mirror matchup. Centipedes are not good at taking cities. And you can immediately see Davi just weakening my centipede. It can't even kill the warrior. Like, that's all it takes to defend a centipede. So I get some hexapods going, and then my capital just gets sieged, so not really good there. Just lost a ton of income, and I just don't have an attack. So I have to be very defensive here. Normally you would really want to attack because you don't have a lot of cities, and you see the opponent isn't very developed, so you'd want to punish that. But I can still at least sit back and develop, enjoy my economy advantage, and I send my centipede over to the east. And this seems a bit weird at first, but my thought process is, well, this super unit's very mobile, and it's going to be a lot better where there's fewer units. So if it goes to this side of the map, and there's villages over here, I'd really like to have my centipede secured, especially if Davi is going to this side of the map. You know, I'm going to be able to out-muscle over there, and my centipede will be a lot more productive in that area. So that's my thought process there, sending the centipede with the warrior to kind of leapfrog. And I'm going to be chilling on 5 cities for now. There's a siege there, which is a little annoying because that's just a free trade. But I can at least develop on these 5 cities. I can actually make my way towards Clathrus pretty soon. I've got some nice spots. I don't get the lighthouse, unfortunately, but I do get nice vision. You know, that's something at least. And so yeah, currently just kind of a bit of a build-up in units. And I'm not really finding any villages in the east, which is a bit of a shame, but I still have a pretty nice setup. Again, I'm getting nice connection, single mycelium, putting in a lot of work, getting another centipede ready. And I can get Clathrus into eventually Dumux. And actually have a good situation. Now Davi also getting a centipede. He finally got recycling as well. I go for climbing. I've got a lot of mountains anyway, but I want to explore in the east. I need something to happen there. So there's a very strong border growth by Davi. Border growths with Cymanti in general, great. Get some pretty useful ruins and stuff. More Clathrus set up. So they get a veteran hexapod. And they get the Fichi ready. And these Fichi, if you have not dealt with high-level Cymanti players before, you don't know how scary it is to see Fichi. Probably the most obnoxious unit in the game, and one of the strongest as well. But for now, I'm just kind of setting up. There's a village here, so I actually need to get Fichi myself, so then I can step on that village. Alternatively, I could try border growth, but I figure, you know, go for the Fichi. And my centipede's kind of useless here because, yeah, there's just no villages in the east, besides this one here, which my centipede cannot reach. So that whole journey with the centipede was kind of for nothing, which sucks. But I've got some good economy, at least, with the Clathrus. Now I can go for Dumux, and I'm expecting, you know, Dumux in general against, like, hexapods very strong, which it is true. However, when Fichi are in the equation, it's a little bit different, and you're going to see a little difference is actually not a little difference, and it's quite important here. So we see they've got Grand Bazaar, unsurprising, they're on 6 cities. So I'm just down a city here, but I am up economy at least to make up for it. I've got Dumux, I've got lots of techs. I can go mining to get more stuff because I'm getting a little bit pop capped because I can't use my frontline cities very effectively. And then there goes the Fichi, poisoning my Dumux. And normally the advantage of Dumux is that you can reach 4 spaces, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, take a hexapod, explode everything around, and have a great time. But if it's poisoned, it does not move 4 spaces, it only moves 3. So I just, I have to heal the Dumux instead, which is a little awkward. And then the cycle will repeat. Davi uses a Fichi to disable 2 Dumux. And yeah. Now I gotta go hydrology, also border growth, because I need to make sure I secure the city. And I want to use, maybe my Dumux can secure that. But despite the fact that I have Clathrus, very strong economy, I just don't have a very clear breakthrough. And now Gate of Power from Davi, I am 3 kills behind, so now I'm a little more behind. Like, donate a fungi. Kind of pointless. I was hoping just all these Dumux surely, but once again, yeah. All the Dumux in the front being poisoned, which are the ones that I need to not be poisoned. And all these expensive units just not doing anything here. Which is a shame. Now Centipede in the front as well. Well, now my Dumux can at least do something. So I'm going to take advantage of that. Big explosion value does give the opponent a lot of fungi, but I'm just hoping that doesn't matter here. Now, I moved my Dumux here. This is actually a misclick. I did not want to do that. But I guess I have to live with it. So I go for this really sketchy attack. My idea is that this segment is defended, but those who know realize that this is not a well-defended segment and is extremely easy to take. So this entire attack is a complete fail. Yep. And yeah, I just don't have anything. Mainly those darn Phychi. So now there goes my Centipede. They have a well-defended segment that I actually can't do anything about. And another Centipede. And they go for the border growth Centipede to take that city, and I am really low on options. And again, I've just been up in economy like this whole time. And I had Dumux. But I just don't have anything here. I would go for one last sort of Hail Mary attack because I have this nice push play. So I can get a big explosion there, you know. I can get some good damage here, you know, Dumux proving their worth somewhat. I can clear out so much, but yeah, now my Dumux are gone, and I can even get the Centipede going there. Centipede Siege, poison a bunch of stuff, take that out, leave the Dumux there so I have to kill it, and maybe with these extra Dumux to pressure, it's kind of looking bad though. My Centipede is just gone. So yeah, not really worth it. I should have just given the city away and tried more on this attack. But with all these Phychis on the defense, plus this Centipede getting pushed, I would have actually had a really nice attack if not for that push, because I would have barely taken the city. Again, if I had maybe, well, I mean, they get the push anyway, but maybe I'd at least have a follow-up if I commit more to it. But yeah, no attack, so I just destroy everything and concede. But yeah, like, I thought that one was going really well. I had so much economy, but there's just no way for me to leverage it. I felt like there definitely was a way to. I just couldn't find it. Like, it's so difficult to actually like win any of these like winning positions. Anyway, though, I got one more game to show, so I'll go ahead and cut to that. All right, one more. This time it's Tiny Water World. This is just for giggles, but we decided to do it because, you know, it'd be funny. And I got a really nice spawn. I got an early lighthouse, which is extremely good for Cymanti Water World. You know, for those who know the Cymanti Water World play patterns, which I assume is none of you, because who would ever play this map? I can get my early Reichi going, and I see the opponent's borders, and I know that this means they got a border growth, so I'm actually pretty happy with this, because I know that I'm going to be on the water first. So there, I see a Reichi. I get the hit, and I know that this does give away meeting stars, but ultimately I'm still fine with this. I go also Inflation to go into Aquatism, which I actually think this is a mistake in retrospect. Better for me to instead try to improve my economy a bit. Maybe go Recycling, maybe go Org, get my own border growth, and go from there. Now, I open the Ruin here. I can make another Reichi in my capital now because my other Reichi died. Super nice vision thanks to that. And yeah, this Reichi, it's kind of injured, it's not boosted, so it's going to go for the Starfish. But yeah, because I was on the water first, yeah, they get the Centipede. But I'm very happy with my position. I now go for Recycling, which I should have done earlier. I had to move my Shaman also to play around some shenanigans. Star Rune is amazing here. And it seems like, you know, I've got good control over the water. I get my Living Island going, which this is going to be huge. And I see the Boomchi with the Centipedes. But this is looking, you know, pretty good. I send this Reichi back. I don't know why I did that, actually. Because, yeah, I don't know what my thought process was there. I was thinking I had some time before the centipede invasion would arrive, but this Boomchi has 3 movement because it's boosted. So what ends up happening here, despite the fact that I should have a good position, no, I just lose. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I get a pop ruin for my troubles. And I decide to not make a second centipede because it's not going to help here. It's just going to die all the same. So I lose despite me having really good naval control because I just didn't prepare for a quick invasion like that. And yeah, another instance of a should have been winning position that I just lost because I wasn't careful enough. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub, and have a good one.